Letcha know. Letcha know. Letcha know. Letcha know.
Yes. Welcome to the Let You Know podcast. It's your boy EK in the building. And I just want to introduce my panel today. We got the NOOZ in the house.
What up, though? What up, though? NOOZ, aka the Let You Know logo, smoking till I'm in slow mo. What it do, y'all? How we feeling tonight, y'all?
We doing good.
Chilling.
OG Purple Pat up in the left-hand corner. We're going to start a show tonight, a good show. We're going to have a good show tonight. It's going to be nice.
And then we got Sly Fox in the building. What's going on, Sly Fox?
What up? What up?
Okay.
Well, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
So, I scroll YouTube every day and I scroll my Facebook and constantly see ICE riot protests. I see murders. I see mass murders. I see robberies. And this is more of an everyday thing now than kind of a rarity. What direction is the country heading in? I mean, are we looking at a civil war? Are we really looking at that? Or is this something where, the sides can actually come together? Because as I see it right now, you got two political sides in this country that just want to murder each other. So I really want to start with Sly Fox on this one, since he self-identifies as an extreme right-winger. I would like to hear his opinions on this.
Yeah, so I follow the whole Boogaloo thing. I mean, the Civil War is there's no political option anymore. There hasn't been a political option for a long time. You're either too far right or too far left. There's everybody's left in the middle, and I think the only logical way out is the non-political answer. And whether it be with the Trump militarization of our police force, whether it be he sets himself up for a third term, whatever the catalyst may be, this is the only logical road.
So you think we're just going to continue to downgrade as a country until something like a flashpoint happens?
Well, I mean, why else would they be? The grand goal is a militarized national police force, and the only way you could do that is by using the National Guard or military itself, and seeing ICE in the streets and having the National Guard go out to these places. That's just making it more normal, and it's not a good thing.
And we just got Ski on the program.
What's up, y'all? Sorry.
What's going on, Ski?
What up?
What's going on?
Everybody on the panel.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Ski?
What's up, E?
So given all that, what do you guys think? Anybody? NOOZ, Ski? I mean, do you see
What was the question? I'm sorry.
My bad. So with everything that's going on in the country, like I was telling them, I'm sitting here on my computer and I'm just going through my YouTube, things like that. Every second video is a mass shooting that just happened yesterday or today, or it's ICE riots or everything. It seems like there's no corner of the country that's actually living with each other anymore. It's all fighting. So, I mean, do you see this ending peacefully, or are we going to head for some kind of conflict here soon?
Well, if you read the Iron Mountain Report by John F. Kennedy from 1967, I think 67, the Iron Mountain Report, he talked about they did a study on from 20 years. I guess it was from like 1948 to 1967 or whatever, with all like the military and different branches of the government and stuff like that. And at the end of in that Iron Mountain Report, everybody should read it themselves so they can, get understanding. But he was basically saying that in the end, in this time, like where we at now, because, from 68 to 2025, that's about 40 something plus years, right? And he was saying that, they will be talking peace, but really peace is war. You know what I'm saying? So I think they want to make us mentally fatigued. I think they want to I think they're doing psychological warfare on us right now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I had to unplug from social sometimes, because it's like, like you said, it'd be school shooting that just happened 2 days ago with no TV, with no media. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think they're trying to do mental warfare, kind of like to tire us down. You know what I mean? And that's why they haven't picked up on those other countries that's rebelling for the last 2 weeks against the Gaza stuff, from Italy across. They're not showing all these countries that's going against Israel, because they know that will fire us up, you know. So I think they're doing psychological warfare with just like Trump. Like I had watched a psychologist last night. He was saying how it's been over 372 executive orders since that man hit in January. You know what I'm saying? That's an overload because no one can really take the time to look up and research every law
No.
executive order that he's tried to pass. So it makes the people fatigue and indifferent, and it wears us down. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's wearing the people who are, you know, really not in tune with what's going on or how to filter it or how to really come up with something. I think it's wearing them down. You know, I talk to people every day. I'm out in the community. So I hear people talking about different stuff, you know, from losing their Medicaid to losing their, you know, food stamps to losing their seat. Because like I work for the Y and we having a hard time and we're covering people's child care right now because of the shortage. You know, we're going to be able to do it for a couple of months, try to do it to the end of the year, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like I think they're like beating us up mentally. So when you get your mental, your body fall. So I think they're attacking us mentally and, you know, perpetuating this, this scare tactics and fear. And not saying that it's not happening, not saying the stock market's not doing things and this is not, and commodities and gold is now $4,000 an ounce. You know what I'm saying? Not saying these things are not happening, but they've been happening. So to put them on the TV all day, every day, constantly 365, I think that's like mentally trying to beat us up, basically. To me, that's just what I think.
My question to Ski and people that think like Ski would be, why do y'all think that they're like, what is their purpose of doing science projects on us? Like, what do you,
Because they've
why
been
do
doing
y'all
that.
feel like that? Like
They've been doing that since the beginning of time. The medical apartheid,
but
1480.
what's their end all be all for doing
Because
that?
the end, they want one world government. They want to have one God, one world government, one universal coin, one universal everything. They don't want us to have individuality because with individuality comes power, your own thinking, your own ideology, your own structure. You know, they want everybody to be on one accord. They want to be one God, $1. You know, they want it to be one because
If
we're
they
in.
wanted it like that though, then why are they beefing with each other? Like, if
Because that's the overlay for the underplay. That's what they do to show us, like, oh, they're conflicting, they're not into each other, oh, da, da, da. But it's about the money. It's about the monies. It's about the money transfer. We've had the biggest money transfer in over 100 years
Yep.
with this whole little thing. Okay, so it's money, it's money, it's money. You know, and they can't do it as bold as they would like because people aren't. Everybody's not sleep. Everybody's not sheeple. It is people that are smart, intelligent. We have a lot of them on our panel that comes on here, that's on here, you know, that's awake. So
but
they
what's
can't really
stopping
just
them? But what's stopping them though? Still, I mean, I understand that people are awake and everything, but
because
if they really
it's some
wanted to
motherfuckers
do
that'll
it, what's
beat their
stopping them
ass.
from
It's some
doing it?
motherfuckers that'll come. It's some motherfuckers that sit next to them that might get their shit together. They might not get to do nothing. I mean, some people, I believe they both are on the same team, but there's some people on that team that ain't playing on that team. And it's time to go. It's time to go, bitch. You won't make it back home to pull
So
your lever or call your family or get your motherfucking go back.
yeah, so
Because this motherfuckers that's really, about that.
there's an old parable talking about if you want to boil a frog, you do it slowly. You start at room temperature and you turn the water up very slowly until he doesn't know that it's actually boiling anymore.
Yep.
That's what she's
It's a
talking
slow
about.
boil.
Is
Yeah.
they do this very, very slow over time. Like she said, mental warfare, getting everybody down to the point where there's so much apathy towards what's going on that eventually when they do flip that switch, everybody's just going to be like, all right, whatever anyways, man, I don't fucking
Yep. That's
care.
what they doing. They beating
Because
us down.
there's already systems in this world that are being put in place to go towards that end. Like China, for instance, has what they call the social credit score. They have cameras and audio mics everywhere in the city, and they are listening to their citizens talk. And if they're sitting there talking bad about the CCP or about any part of Chinese government, their social credit score goes down. They lose the ability
Really?
to go to certain
Yeah.
stores. They lose
In
the
certain
ability to
parts of
shop.
China, yeah. It's not
So
all of
I
China,
did
but
not
it's
know
different
that. I
parts.
did not know
So,
that.
so let me,
yes,
hey Pat. So are you agreeing with Ski that they believe that they're trying to do the one government thing? You agree? Everybody on here agrees with that?
wholeheartedly, because there's been agendas for that for years. It starts with the
It's like the
UN.
early system, like 1770s and 1700s. They've been on this.
That's
That's what I'm
my
trying to
point.
tell
But
people.
that's my point. They've been trying to do this
But
since
it's
the
a slow
1700s,
boil,
and
Evan.
it's
But
2025.
guess what?
It
Because
hasn't
but
got
listen,
there.
it
So
has. Listen. Go back to shit from like 1910 and 1900s and 1870. That shit was projected to like stuff that was think tanks from 1800s didn't project to like the 19th to the 21st century. You know what I'm saying? 1900s and shit. Like it takes. So when they planning and plotting, they planning for 30 and 40 and 50 fucking years. We the motherfuckers planning for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. These people in those think tanks, those scholars from around the country, them
So
fucking scientists, they
I'll
be
give
on.
you an actual
Go ahead,
example.
Scott.
In right after World War One, there was a general Smedley Butler, and anybody knows who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so Smedley Butler was approached by a lot of these mega corporations. What they had was a plan to overthrow the government, but what they needed was a figurehead. They needed a dictator to take charge after the fact. They knew that the military would follow Smedley Butler, given his insanely lucrative military career, right? So Smedley Butler did what any good American would do, and he went to Congress and told them, hey, these corporations are trying to overthrow the government, and they wanted me to be the figurehead for it. What are we going to do about it? So they had a bunch of trials. Nothing really came of it, as you would think, you know. But those corporations at that time, into the 30s, they were working with the Nazi regime. So if Smedley Butler would have taken over our government with these mega corporations, we would have been with the Nazis during World War II.
Yep.
And during that time, right after his old trial and everything, he wrote a book called War is a Racket. And he basically he was not I can't think of the word for it right now. I've been drinking. But basically he was like regretful of his entire military career, that it was a lie, because it was basically just making the elite more rich, and war being the sole thing you can do to just manufacture money and manufacture the
War is
need
profit.
for kind of money. War's profit. It's a racket. That's all it really is. And this
So
was
we
in the
finance both
30s.
sides of the war too. America, we good for financing both sides of the war. You know, that's just
That's
like.
how we profit. That's how we
Yep.
profit.
Yeah, let's hear from EK real quick, man. We haven't heard from you yet.
I mean, I'm just piggybacking off what everybody said. I mean, as I grew up, I mean, we always hated the government or some form of government. Somebody was always crying about the government, whether it be our grandmothers, my mother, me. You know, it'd probably be our kids. So, I
Well,
mean, to me, they always seemed like they had an agenda, and it just seemed like you could see it now more than ever.
But you,
like it took me 38 years to stop saying fuck the police. Like,
well,
you know.
I'm not gonna say stop playing fuck them, because they be just acting unruly.
Well, no, I'm just saying all police. I was always like,
yeah.
12, fuck all of them. They can get, you know, like, but now I'm like, oh shit, some of
But
them
you
are
know
actually
what?
trying to fucking help, you know?
Like having an older dad, right? And you know, him growing up in like the times and stuff. Like when he talked about the government, he always taught us about civic duty. And he taught us about shit we should be paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? So I would say people knew, but they bought them drugs and their war on crime and war on drugs in the 80s and neutralized all the Panthers, locked up PvP that was doing positive shit for the people. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you know, it's just, you know, bullshit rhetoric, man. Like, just leave shit alone. And you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a republic. It's not a democracy. It's a republic. But we elect the people who are in their seats. So I just feel like, you know, sometimes we as people, you know, gotta kind of like do our due diligence and do what we gotta do to just do the basic civic duty that our grandparents fought for. And I mean, on the local level, to try to make a change. But I just feel like shit, you know, you got to have mind over matter too. People got to start reading and researching, and quit letting somebody tell you something, you just taking it for face value. Look up some shit, find some shit out for yourself, because it's times right now you got to make real decisions real quick. You know what I'm saying? So you better know something.
Yeah, we're also in the golden age of disinformation, because we got Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube. We have all these social media platforms, and anybody can post a picture. You know, post one picture, make up a fake quote, put it underneath. Nobody's going to look up to see if it's real or not. And all of a sudden you have a movement started from some bullshit meme that people saw on TikTok. And then you got
but some of the best movements have been started from memes on Facebook. I mean, like the Boogaloo movement altogether, the whole Civil War sentiment altogether is started basically just from memes and meme culture.
Which is
and
fine.
I think
I'm talking about use memes as a source for your information.
But this is the 21st century, man. Nobody wants to watch the fucking news. You can't watch it.
Oh.
It's literally the news is unwatchable.
Correct.
The
I'm not
only
saying
place
so
you can get information is the internet.
Right.
The problem that we run into is like people that get all their information from TikTok and like clickbait sources and stuff like that. Because, like you said, any idiot can go on TikTok and say, "Hey, I'm an expert in such and such. This is what I know," and they're just spewing nonsense.
Yeah, because the news only showing you what they want you to see, and that's pretty much chaos. Violence. They only.
Well, since Obama in 2012, he reenacted the ability for the government to use propaganda on the American public.
I was
Sure
gonna
So
did.
bring that up.
Sure
See,
did.
everything after
so
2012 you see on TV and see on the news is pure garbage.
yeah, I didn't honestly see before 2012 after Barack started his kind of
I can't hear
campaign
you,
of
Pat.
race baiting and things like that. We didn't really have a conversation in this country about anybody being racist as far as it being a problem. Like, we knew about racist organizations, but it wasn't something that everything was blamed on, that everything was started on. Everything that went on, like he said, when he legalized propaganda, this thing blew the top off this shit. So do you guys think, I know we asked this earlier, but do you guys think the only logical conclusion is conflict?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Yeah, I would like to know that too, because
We're going to come to a head, and we're at this point right now where you've got these senators, these lifelong senators and representatives. You've got 40, 50 years in office. What have you done? You've done nothing. You've got these new senators, these first years and second years that are coming in. They're not playing ball. They're not going on the trips to Israel. They're not getting, the insider trading benefits because they're not voting with the party, and then they get they sit there for 2 years, and then they get primaried by an APAC candidate that will play ball and get replaced. So if our government's already 90% replaced with puppets, there's nothing that's going to stop it. There's nothing that's going to stop the military from taking whatever power they can. There's nothing that's going to stop states from seceding from the union should Trump keep going on this dictator route. I mean, now they're talking about that if you can't be a journalist at the DOD, if you don't sign a waiver saying you're only going to report direct things from DOD. Well, that's not how this works. I can report whatever I want from whatever colleagues, whatever people tell me. You know what I mean? This is America. We have the First Amendment and freedom of press. The fact that they keep trying to oppress us with that and with this First Amendment is just insane. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting a little North Korea.
So I got a question to ask. So, I mean, if you're talking about war, right? If we're gonna get into war, then you think everybody's gonna just pretty much join up to their own race?
I don't even think it'll be so much of a race war, but I think it'll be more isolated pockets of that. Yeah, sure. I mean, the big cities are going to be fucking chaos. Good luck if you live in a big city or live near one, because you ain't getting out. No. And if you do, it's going to be a fight. But yeah, I don't think it'd be so much as a race war. And again, if it would be like a small isolated pockets of white supremacists or whatever the case may be. But I think on a grander scale, it would be certain states seceding from the Union versus certain states sticking with the Union and using their occupied military force or their National Guard as their deterrence.
So you think it's going to be more people versus government? Because I don't see, like, I understand, like with what Eric was saying, I don't think it's going to be a race war, because at the end of the day, this is what I've been trying to talk about, is we don't really have, if you look at things from a logical perspective, there's no real problem between white and black people. Now there's a division in this country that they're not. Give me a second, Evan. Give me a second. Okay. I don't think that at the end of the day, there is any reason why racists should have to stick to each other. This isn't prison. We should be able to come against the common enemy. If the common enemy turns out that we're being oppressed by a government force, why would we fight amongst each other when we have an actual, problem to come against?
Because it's already been structured that way. I mean, I spend a lot of time on the internet, and I deal with leftists, rightists, like far, even more right-wing extreme than me, like white supremacist kind of people, Christo-fascist. I deal with all that kind of people. And I personally want to blame the internet for a lot of it. There's a lot of the we was Kangs thing coming from the black side. Then you got look at the culture coming from the white side. But everybody does the same shit. And I constantly post the same thing, white folks wilding out in public, you know, the same thing. And it's like, when you try to hold that mirror up to certain people in society, they don't like it. And I don't think it's a manufactured race issue because we got nothing else to argue about. It's all manufactured. There's nothing else to bitch about, because the more we arguing with each other, the less time I have to notice that, hey, these senators keep going on trips. These senators keep getting rich. These senators who make $200,000 a year now make $5 million a year in the market.
Go ahead, NWO.
No, I was gonna say I think it's always going to be race, just because it can be excited so quickly, like we just saw happen with old boy that got capped at the college or whatever. It when they're I was listening to a Mexican dude talk. I forget his name, but he's a YouTuber. Y'all probably seen his videos. But he was talking about the brown and the black community, about how we always talk about black and brown coming together, and he was saying how it's really impossible for it to happen, because really the brown community, meaning the Latinos, have a no offense slide or nothing like that, but you could probably, you know, go off of what I'm saying, is their culture has a disdain for black people, right? And so when on the surface of things, everything might be looking fine. We might march for each other, we might, you know, do this for each other, but underneath that, it can't be automatically solved because of their culture. And a lot of times I always hear it's coming from other people's culture. I never hear about black people saying, oh, I hate this people, or don't marry this person, or don't do that. It's always coming towards us. It's always like, hey, don't fuck with them. And so when once things get excited, I think it's always going to go back to race, just because, for that simple fact, we never ever got to the bottom of the problem. We've never fixed the problem. We always just like you said, Black Lives Matter, white people to get with us and start marching. You know what I mean? On the surface, it looks good sometimes, but we never really got to the root of the problem. So it's never gonna go away. By the way, shout out to Robin.
Yes, sir.
What up, Robin and King in the comments? King. What up, brother?
Yeah, I mean, you're. See, I'm naive on this fact because, you know, from a personal standpoint, I don't understand why people beef so much about black and white, because it's not a problem. I guess this is what we've talked about before too. Like, if I don't see it as a problem, I kind of think about, oh, it's not really a problem, so I'm not going to worry about it. At the end of the day, like, it really is a problem. It's just a problem that I'm not involved in it as far as being a problem. So
I'll put it like this. I'm not going to say that it's a cultural thing, like Mexicans hate black people or anything like that, because historically, we abolished slavery long before America did, and the deal was, if you make it to Mexico, you're a free man. Period. That's how that was, and that's historically how it's been. I mean, me personally, I don't hate black people. I hate everybody equally. I mean, I've had, you know, black roommates and shit. I just had one of my buddies lived with me for the last few years, you know, and it's the cultural differences that also are the same. I mean, there's a lot of things that there's a couple of things that irritate me. It's like, you know, why are you washing meat? Don't season it in the sink. You know what I mean? Like, little things like that are irritating, sure. But to sit there and disparage an entire race over it, like, come on.
Hold on. I can't let you go on that one. You said that's what irritates you.
Yeah, man. You don't gotta wash the chicken. You gotta cook the salmonella off of it. You don't wash the chicken.
I always wash the chicken.
Let me just say something though, just to Pat's comment and to follow up on Evan, right? And Sly. But this is my thing, right? This is the thing, and it kind of piggyback off what Double OZ said. It's just, listen, y'all can't even like tell us nothing about who we are. Y'all, the system has just, you know, we every time we get a little information, y'all try to debunk it, and not y'all. I'm just speaking in general, right? People, you know, the people, right?
We got you.
That's why it's a fucking problem, because y'all can't even say like, hey, it's always 10 narratives, you know. You didn't come over on boats; it was already here, which we were, Turtle Island. You know, it's just something. So if y'all just go that far to keep a person's identity away and rip them of everything that can remind them of home, that's psychological. That's something else. Like, why is y'all going so hard? Like, and then you got Trump ripping down all this stuff at the African American museums, talking about, oh, this is showing this and this is showing that. Like, dude, let's show reality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why everybody else should get to be honored and respected and have flags flown and shit? Holocaust lasted 6 years. You know what I mean? We got to talk about it every fucking time. You learn everything about it in school and shit. But when it comes to the blacks, it's always like Negro. No, we ain't been no Negro. We ain't been no slave. We come from heresy, a great heresy across the world. Like, why can't y'all teach us that? Why can't y'all do that? That's the thing. That's where the problem always comes, because you never show us in a light of no heresy or no nothing, even after through the civil rights and everything. Okay, fine. Well, don't go back to slavery. Okay, people are like, oh, slavery. Okay, let's not go to that time, but let's just go after that. We still made great strides and inventions and shit. Y'all always, people, they always stealing shit. So when you don't give a person they true just and just really acknowledge these people as people and who they really are, and teaching my daughter, if I didn't teach her at home, that she came up here with a goddamn bull chain around her damn neck, and that's all she did was like, come on, man. And so you just really into to the people who makes the history, really acknowledge Black people, because we're not all African. So melanated people, and really just put some stank on our name and respect on our shit. Black people gonna always feel some type of way. Period.
So the one thing I think that hurts the overall, like, getting good information out about the history of like Black people and things like that. I know you guys see these all the time, and I'm not talking about the "we was kings" thing. I'm talking about the fact that there's so many made up facts.
What's the made up facts? What would be
something like this, like the Black samurais and Black people ran through Switzerland.
But we did. Listen though. Look at the DNA, man. Come on, we have non-ether DNA. Like, quit playing with us, bro. Like, we got non-ether DNA, man. Everybody quit playing now. We cultivated the whole goddamn Pythagoras. Before it was broken into continents, it was one Pythagoras, and we cultivated it. And then you blocked us out with the Spain and everybody else. Let's keep it P. We're not.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, man. We don't have the fossil evidence to prove that.
You can't claim you were part of every single thing.
I mean, how can we not? What other DNA do you have that goes that far back?
Man, I mean,
DNA is there.
Hard. It's definitely kind of hard when they.
That's TikTok science.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's not no TikTok science.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kurt or Sly.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. But like, it's more of like, if you can show me the actual article from the scientifically reviewed peer-reviewed magazine that says that. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I'll tell you before the show ends.
Okay, so for my prime example is last week, that preacher that you guys had on. What did he say? He said that the only real people are Black people, that white people came from Black people, that the only human beings are Black people. What kind of TikTok logic is that? That's the kind of stuff that's why there's such a big thing about, like, when you say that Black people created everything, like, you're gonna need more than that.
But why
it's not saying they're dogs.
But guess what? White people say we think we're human, that we inferior to y'all and shit. Like, we in the goddamn jungle and shit. You wasn't even fucking bathing their ass before the Moors came through.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
But at that same time, in Latin America,
hold on. I'm just saying though. Because you know why those little TikTok theories come? Because the people that make your theory, with the printing press, we're inferior. We're not able. We're not capable. We don't talk. We don't walk. We fucking in the jungle. Nigga, we have fucking languages and all kind of shit. Is what I'm saying.
Why doesn't Africa have it now? Why don't they have it now? Is my question.
I got a question.
Yeah, I want to hear from EK real quick.
I got a question. So let me ask you this, like, so you mean to tell me you don't think that they stole some of our history?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying my issue is when the reason why there's such a kickback from it and why there's such a lot of blowback from that is because when somebody goes out on TikTok and says, yeah, Black people invented the space shuttle, and then they go on for 5 minutes of just bullshit and people believe it. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. And there's so much of that, of people looking for clickbait and looking for likes. There's so much of stuff like that it does misconstrue everything that Black people have contributed to society. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Hold on, Ski. What he's saying is true, because I've seen videos.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I mean, we gotta admit there is bullshit.
No,
on the internet.
I agree on that, but the reason why it's bullshit is because nobody will give us our true goddamn flowers.
Because I can't prove it.
No. Bullshit then, because it screws up your entire argument.
It's for clicks and views. See,
a
lot of times.
Listen,
man. Hey, we're not gonna talk over each other, man. I don't want to mute everybody. Goddamn it.
No, I agree with that. I totally agree.
All right, listen, chill. What I'm saying is if, like you said, people don't do their research. I could go on right now and post a video. Any of us could post a video right now saying anything, and if it sounds good, people are like. Remember, there was one where somebody said, "Oh, Trump is going to do something with child support." It was a black dude, and he
Right.
got a bunch of views, and everybody was believing it because nobody's taking the time to actually realize it until somebody else comes out and finally does the homework. And that's what he's saying. People do that shit where a black person did this and did that, and it's not necessarily all the way true. We got to do our research instead of just clicking resend, retweet, just because we like the video.
For sure.
And by the way, in the comments, King in the comments said, he said, ain't no black, he said, she cap, ain't no black ninjas.
He's right.
I can see he never did no research and read.
There was one.
Okay, but he said there's none.
One isn't a million. One isn't that black people made ninjas. I'm just saying, like when you say that black people made ninjas, I mean, you know, that's kind of what that would mean.
I said
samurai, whatever.
We were in that world.
I want to piggyback off what Eb said real quickly. The point I was trying to make is I was not trying to say that black people have created nothing. I'd be retarded. There are so many damn things in history that we have now that we would not have without black people, period. I mean, they built our country, you know, with their hands and things like that. But what I'm trying to say is when you start mixing that information, the good information, with shitty bullshit information you got off TikTok, it kind of screws up the whole thing. Because now you got people on the outside looking at both things and they're like, shit, y'all really believe this happened or that y'all did this? I can't take anything you say seriously after I see that. So that's what I was trying to say.
Like Ski's saying, regardless of that though, we not being treated like you just said. You know, like you said, we built this motherfucker. Do you think black people are treated like we built this motherfucker?
I think it comes down, and I just want to say,
hey, yes or no? Yes or no?
Oh no. I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay,
no.
Okay, go ahead now.
Okay.
Yeah, you smiling over there. I know you ready to stew over there. I see you.
Yeah,
I see you.
I'll send it over there in just a second.
I see you.
I think a lot of this, and maybe you can tell me wrong, I think we were getting to that point, possibly. But with the race relations and the violence that we see nowadays, it's completely put everything off track as far as coming together and thinking about that stuff. Because now, you know, now there's a bunch of negativity poured on the black community nowadays, and it's hard to get back up from that. So Africa had some pretty amazing cultures. No need to make shit up. I would agree with that. Just not technology, you know. But yeah, Sly, you look like you wanted to say something.
Do any of us treat this country like we built it? Do any of us respect it like we built it?
I do.
No, I'm happy to be here, but I don't respect it.
I respect it. I try not to litter. I try to help my community. I try to pull people up. I be out. I have a non-for-profit. I do respect it.
But then that's good. That's good. But see, that's my point though. Some of us do. Most of us fucking don't. Most of us take full advantage of all the freedoms that we were born with because, hey, we're spoiled Americans. We can do that. We have them. Why not live it up? You know what I mean?
You hit it right on the nose. Spoiled Americans. You're right. You're definitely right on that one.
But
we don't know anything different.
I help people. I've saved I've saved a life before that I didn't need to. But at the same point, it's not because I feel like I'm an American. I need to do this because I'm American. That's just, you know, internally.
I feel that way. For when I get down to that moral compass, it's like, well, I'm an American first and foremost, so we're gonna get this shit done. We're gonna fuck up some tyrants and we're gonna kick some ass. I'm gonna stop paying taxes. You know what I mean? Like, we need to get the boat rolling with this. And going back to our original point, that's exactly why I think civil conflict is going to be the only thing that's going to save us from these problems, because the old system isn't working. We are in the 21st century. This is the digital era. We're in this is the digital era, and we have an analog fucking government. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want my tyranny to be streamlined. I like the bureaucracy. I like the fact that the ATF doesn't talk to the FBI and nobody knows what everybody's doing. I like that. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I hate the fact that I'm losing 40% of my paycheck and my tax dollars are getting fucking wasted.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's legitimate.
Man, ain't no disagreement from here, man.
I'm concerned that
we got another comment. We got another comment. What that say?
Black people make the best potato salad. Gang, facts. I can't even stand potato salad anymore.
I love potato salad.
I hate potato salad. Shit.
Fuck potato salad.
Yeah, I'm not with it anymore. I used to
throw that shit in the fryer.
Yeah, tripping, man. Yeah, tripping.
Have y'all seen the movie V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
What is it? I couldn't hear you. You said what movie?
V for Vendetta, or heard of the book 1984, or seen the movie 1980. I'm guessing nobody's seen 1984. It came out.
I read the book.
You read the book?
With James Orwell.
Yes.
And his
Thanks.
book Animal Farm is fire too.
Yep, Animal Farm's a great one.
Yeah, they used to teach 1984 in school, but they don't do that anymore.
They
Yep.
sure don't. They snatched that real quick.
Yeah, because that book is almost like the game plan.
And that was written in 1946, I think, or 44 or some shit. 46, I want to say it was written.
Oh,
Yeah,
when he wrote
15 years after Smedley Butler and the whole plot to overthrow the government.
So the point of that book is to show basically like a dystopia, like what could happen if government control goes out of hand, and what happens when surveillance state, more importantly, gets out of hand. Because like I was talking earlier with the social credit score in China, that's a thing that's been discussed for years. I mean, they want us on camera. They want it to that our money is no longer in our hand. We don't have cash in our wallet anymore. All we got is plastic. All we got is, Apple Pay, things like that.
I'll add one to that point. In the UK currently, there's people that are getting sentenced to years in prison for even viewing a meme that is deemed offensive by the state.
Yeah, free speech has been.
Yeah, I watched a video the other day where these two cops, they show up at this lady's door asking for her cell phone because she viewed some inappropriate material or a meme that was deemed inappropriate by the state, and they confiscated it, and now she's about to be doing like 2 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all hear about the dude who posted his comment about the Charlie Kirk, and he used Donald Trump's meme and his exact words, and he got locked up in Tennessee.
No.
Yep.
A couple
I didn't
days
hear about that.
ago.
What's going on
He
with
on
that?
a $2 million bond.
What happened with that? What did he say?
He just put they was talking about CK, and he just replied back what Donald Trump said we needed to do with CK, like his quote unquote words. And the FBI was called. He got picked up at his house, and he on a $2 million bond right now.
What were the words? What did he say?
We got to get over it. It's time
We
to
got
get
to get
over
over
it.
the shooting.
Because remember Donald Trump had put a tweet out on X or Truth Social, and it said, because somebody asked him about Charlie Kirk and all that, and he said it's time to get over it, on the tweet. So the man just somebody made it a meme, and then he was in a group chat on Facebook, and they was asking about something about Charlie Kirk, and he used that meme under that, and he got locked up, $2 million bond.
That is crazy. He didn't say anything.
He just reposted what Trump said. Why he ain't in jail?
Well, that's my point. I'm gonna have to look that up after the show, because that is absolutely abuse of power and denial of our First Amendment. So that's he should be.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all niggas kill me with all this unconstitutional and against my amendment. Hey,
it's all we have, man.
Hey man, listen, man. Ain't nothing going. What you gonna do about it, man? What you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna sue the federal government when they violate my rights and walk away with $250,000 is what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
If that was true, if that was true, then y'all would be motherfuckers would be in court every day.
They are. And have you never seen like the audit video, like on YouTube? Like these guys that literally, if they tell you to stop filming, they fucking can't, because it violates your First Amendment rights to film them on the sidewalk and public property.
Is it
these guys walk away with,
is it a backlog of
it just depends on the city and state that you're suing them in. It just depends on the court process there. But yeah, this is a thing that you can do, and once they violate your rights, I mean, you're looking at an easy $100,000, $200,000 walkout. Easy peasy.
It sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds like a yes. So it's just a lot of backlog. You know how it is in courts, man. They're gonna take forever.
As much as I hear people say, man, they violated my rights, or this is unconstitutional, and nothing ever happens from it. It's just like,
what? Let me tell you why. Because those people fucking think it's nothing, and they let that shit go by the wayside instead of putting that due diligence in. That's why. Because motherfuckers who really do the legwork and keep up and call and email and call and go and ask and request, they get that shit done. People be lazy. And don't
that's why, like I said with the whole gun thing before, like, yeah, you got a felon, you're a felon, sure. All you got to do is pay a lawyer to get that expunged from your record. Ask the court what you need to do to get your gun rights back and do it. But people don't. They'd rather just sit there and say, I'm a felon, I can't have a gun. Sorry, this sucks. This is bullshit. There's things you can do. This is America. We have ways to do things. It just takes a little bit of money, and that's the problem. Here we go back to circle one. It takes time and money, and we're Americans. We're entitled. We're not used to that shit. We're used to, we want it, give it to us now. You know what I mean?
Now I do agree with that part. Give it to us now. Yeah.
King says you're capping, Sly Fox.
How?
It's the truth, though. He
I
won't
know
answer.
felons that were gangbangers and shit that have their guns and they have FOID cards, and I live in a gun state that is like, we need a license to have a gun in the first place. So I have to be
You're not
approved by
allowed
the
to
state to even be able to touch a handgun before I'm even allowed to purchase one. So,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I've seen it. I could be capping all you want, but I mean, I've seen it fucking happen. I live in a fucking banned state, for fuck's sake.
Well, for instance, I had a certain rifle that I picked up that I wanted to sell to my friend from Illinois. He might be on the podcast. And he had to come down here with a whole stack of paperwork that he had to fill out with serial numbers, date of sale, things like that he had to take back to Chicago and process up there just to own the rifle that I wanted to sell him. If you were in Indiana, if it was 2 Indiana residents, I could walk up to you on the street with a gun in hand in public, sell it to you, walk away, and nothing would be illegal. So like he said, just being in Chicago right there, you have to get a license to buy it. Then you have to get a license to carry. Then if you want to smoke weed, you have to get rid of both of those licenses because you can't carry a gun anymore.
Well, I mean, Chicago is different from Indiana, so
Right.
Well, Illinois in general, but that's my point. But most of these laws are nationwide things. Like you could be a felon and want to get your gun rights back, and if it's been X amount of time in your state, you'd have to pay a lawyer to look into that. But you can do it. That's my point. This is America. We have rights. You as an American have your Second Amendment right, which you can get back with the right paperwork. But people don't do it. People don't express their rights, and if you don't know your rights, you don't fucking have any. And that's the part that pisses me off. People don't know the rights, and they don't fucking have any.
Lawyer Gray here for Indiana. Okay. So Tom Ricotta, Indiana people who's on the chat. Tom Ricotta said on February the 2nd, 2024, the official opinion 2024-1. The question is, does an expungement restore a felon's firearm rights when convicted of a serious violent crime federal under Indiana Code 35-45-45, right? He says yes, because expungement restores civil rights with no firearm restriction. Although Indiana expungement process is inapplicable to certain felonies if murder. Provided that expungement fully restores a person's civil rights, including the right to vote, hold public office, serve as a juror, and be a proper person under Indiana law to purchase or possess a firearm. Indiana.
You're welcome.
So yeah, do your fucking homework, Indiana. Todd Ricotta, our Attorney General, February 2nd, 2024.
There's something else I want to say though, because I know you was talking about cash or motherfuckers just using their card. I don't know if you've been around the hood lately, but cash ain't going nowhere, baby. These niggas got it stacked to the stack. The strip clubs is in business forever. I think cash is never going anywhere. As long as niggas is around.
I think it'll be an underground currency. I think it will be that it'll hold its validity for people who have merit in it and stuff like that. And they do have validity and it have its weight. But I think it'll just be kind of, to me, where you're at. Like, you know, what demographics you in, what region you in and shit like that. But I think the dollar, the cash will have its
but you remember during COVID how businesses were full and legally able to refuse to take cash.
Yeah, that was my point, Evan. Is you still have stacks of cash that you can use for a lot of things, but when you take eventually, if this goes down, that cash ain't gonna work at the gas station. It ain't gonna work at the grocery store.
It might not work at all of them, but some might be taking cash.
Well,
but you're also operating under the assumption that the dollar is going to be worth anything in 5 years. And with hyperinflation being what it is, we are reaching Weimar Germany levels, Venezuela levels of inflation.
Yeah.
The dollar ain't gonna be worth shit.
I gotta agree with Double OZ though, man, because I don't know if y'all seen the stock market lately, but that Bitcoin done crashed.
Yeah.
So
the SRP, Bitcoin, all that.
Until they figure out a way to get rid of money completely, it's always gonna be here.
I would agree with that. I don't think we're anywhere close right now to removing cash. I'm just saying that is a end goal at some point. So I want to go on to our second topic tonight, which kind of flows off of our first topic.
Make it good. Make it exciting. What is it?
We're trying. I got you. If the USA gets too ugly, if there is a war, if things, it starts to look like fucking Baghdad here, where is there to go? I mean, you can't go to Mexico. That's just as bad with the cartels and everything like that. If you go to Canada, they probably won't let you in. Europe's being overrun by Islam. Where do you go? What country outside the U.S. is a better place to be than the U.S.?
Well, I mean, listen, that's a great point because I did some research and what it came up is they said Canada was the best place, and I'm gonna tell you why. It says a frequent cited for high quality life, stability, and social system. It says good educations and beautiful natural scenery.
Have you
Yeah, they
asked
live on our
the
border.
Yeah.
Have you asked
99% of them live on our border.
right? But guess what? Have you asked the Indians who live in Canada to say they get treated like shit and can't leave the reservation and get treated like shit? Have y'all talked to the Indians out there in Canada who say it's great for them?
Well,
I
and
like
other,
Canada. Been to Montreal. Been to Toronto. Been there a couple times. You know what I mean? It was cool because in Montreal using those. Well, in Toronto using they treated like food stamps. I thought I was like about to break out a book of food stamps. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. Montreal is all French speaking, so if you don't know no
yeah.
French, don't go to Montreal. But
But see, we got problems with Canada too, though, because
no, Trump has problems with
no,
Canada.
no, no, no.
Y'all
I'm
got
saying
problems with shit.
no. Wait up. Let me explain. There's problems with Canada too because they don't have any right to firearms anymore. They have hate speech laws now that if you misgender someone, you can go to jail. If you say some shit online about trans people, you can go to jail. So
They can't view news on Facebook. All
no,
news pages are blocked.
yeah, they're
I've
already.
got some Canadian followers, so whenever I post a news story, I have to screenshot it and put it in the comments so they can actually see what the fuck I'm talking about.
So yeah, they don't have real freedoms up there when it comes to expressing themselves anymore. So it's not a place that I would necessarily want to go. But then again, like I said, if Indianapolis or the area turned into Baghdad, I might just go to northern Indiana, somewhere in the trees or something somewhere. I'm not leaving the country.
Shit. I know.
I'm an American first and foremost. I ain't going fucking nowhere. I am staying the fuck put.
Well, there's another in North America. They said Mexico too. They said it's a common recommendation for its affordability, especially outside major cities, and for the ease of transition for Americans. Is that true to y'all?
You said
I'm
Mexico?
going to disagree.
Yeah, they say
Yeah, I would
Mexico.
disagree. Mexico's
Yeah, I'm going to big time disagree on that.
they're already
Well,
in
tell
there.
me why. Tell me why.
Well, because being an American, you're basically a carpetbagger. You're a rich person from America moving down to Mexico to take advantage of the locals. That's what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
They don't take kindly to that.
And what Evan said too,
I
man.
mean, well,
They
if
are
he
vicious
comes,
down there.
if he comes bearing
TK,
gifts and
TK.
come and be a part of the society and come
You talking
and
about like
create,
this?
if he comes and create something, and he comes to create and bring some jobs or bring something to the
Mafia.
community and not just taking, he'll be welcomed a little bit
But
better
the average
overseas.
fucking person ain't bringing jobs, bud. Like
Well,
that's
hey,
my
listen.
point. The
We
average
just
person ain't
found.
bringing jobs.
Well, we just found
If you
out the
bring, I
search
mean, I
engine is
don't know.
trying to
I'm about to
kill
buy a
us.
house in Mexico, so I guess I'm gonna be one of them. I ain't going. I mean, I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I just feel like for me, let me ask you the question for me, because my best friend, she on her way out, and she trying to get her exit plan, and she trying to get to Germany with her nigga for whatever reasons. But Germany, that's her spot. But me personally, I have my daughter, my grands, and my mom and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So my first spot to buy the place in Mexico just to get away across the border just to regroup. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere for the time being, you know what I'm saying? And when I buy the house next year in January, I'll be, getting some interest, some equity in the home. It could be a quick sale. It could make me some money and I can get on that boat and get the hell out of there from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So for me, Mexico is my exit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not my permanent. It's just for me to, put my plan completely together, you know what I mean, and go my way from there. You know what I'm saying? It's really just to have a little breather spot, pit stop. And the house there is just there to, for my family that don't want to leave the States, the country per se, go on across the border and be in Mexico and chill out and breathe and, check the temperature in America.
We get it.
Right, but we're talking like things are so bad to the point to where you have a choice to whether to stay and fight or fucking leave. And this isn't I'm going to buy a house and move to Mexico. No, it's you and 10 million other people on foot trying to get to Mexico. You know what I mean?
Word. I got some
I want to hear from EK.
Go ahead.
I got some European places too. Switzerland. They said it's often highlighted for high quality life, safety, and career.
But you're not going to be able to get there. You're not going to be able. This is my point. If we're talking civil conflict to that point, you're not going to be able to get there.
But that's why you
True.
pay
That is
attention
true.
to the climate and shit, and you try to get your ass together and make your decision soundly before it comes. That's what I'm saying.
And if you don't have 10, 20 grand to take with you, best of fucking luck. You know what I mean?
But people should be
that's
saving
why
now.
that's why
People
my
should have
spot
been
don't
saving
need
since
10 to 20
COVID.
grand.
But
My
people
spot
should have
don't
been
need 10 to
saving
20
since
grand,
COVID.
baby.
Everybody thinks since COVID they made it through without the goddamn shot. They can just go run amok and shit. Y'all know shit going down, shit going fucked up. Y'all thought because COVID came and you ain't get the shot.
But we
you
can't
alive?
save. We can't keep saving money since COVID. Inflation is taking everybody's fucking savings, bro.
Girls is going on trips, getting bodies done.
saving.
Whatever money you getting, save that shit. Whatever money you getting to get your titties done, your body done, some more bundles, some new Gucci, some new Poochie, some pussy.
Okay, but those same people you're talking about that are wasting their money aren't the kind of people that are going to be planning for society to fucking collapse. That's where like the disconnect is here. These same people that have that disposable income to do it aren't gonna fucking do it until their cleaning lady doesn't come. They're not even gonna notice there's a problem until they can't do the things that they normally would do anyway.
Yeah, this issue is it's not in those people's heads. They're living day to day. What the fuck can I do? How can I show out today? Like they're not thinking about this shit.
So let me get this right. We got you staying in Illinois, you staying in Indiana, you going to Mexico, Eric trying to swim to Switzerland or some shit.
I might go swimming.
Hey, that's crazy.
I'm staying here. I'm moving. I got some places maybe I can go to in the woods and just chill out or try to chill out, but I'm not leaving.
But hold on.
Hold on. You hear that? Hold on. Okay, you hear how he talk?
Yeah.
You see how white people be talking in codes and shit? See, I got places that I can go. He already know he got a spot somewhere. He go there.
Well, that's what I mean.
Summer.
I do mean a spot. Yeah,
so
I'm not trying to say something crazy.
You go there every other summer and stock it up with
No.
beers and
No.
and bread.
Look,
no, it ain't a place. It ain't a place like that. It ain't some lake house. No.
No, it ain't a lake house. It's a log cabin, nigga. It's a
I don't even have that. I just have an area.
Stock with ammo.
No. I just have an area of Indiana.
And Tech Nine albums.
Well, that's
yes, the Tech Nine albums.
I will have Tech Nine albums. You're correct.
No, but listen. Let me ask you.
Go ahead, EK.
So you gonna go in the woods, and then when the problem comes,
Pat, make it up
stand your ground.
Say what?
I said, so you gonna be in the woods, and then if the war come to you, you gonna stand your ground. That's what you said. Basically.
That's the only option I see.
So you and the other 2 million other people that have the same idea of hiding in the woods. Copy that. Yeah, that'll work. That's gonna work out real good.
Well, hey, tell us what you gonna do then.
Yeah, I was about to say, Sly, if you got a better idea.
Look, man, half of the things I do is fantasize about the shit. So low key, the part that people fail to realize is that like 70% of us that live in any kind of densely populated area are not going to make it out. You're not going to make it past the first week. If there is that kind of civil conflict and people are mass exiting cities and shit, it's going to be chaos. There's going to be no police. If you don't got guns, you're fucked, for one. You know, and I think the logical thing that would happen is, you know, you're going to be stuck at home for a day or two. You might have to leave if, you know, shit starts catching fire, because that's always what happens too. Yeah. You're not going to be able to use the roads because they're going to be clogged. You're going to be on foot.
What if you're a single woman at this time?
That's tough titties, bro. You better have a gun.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the part. This is the part.
Like you already sound like you ready to go to war.
Hey, I'm telling you, EK.
Well, I wear this. I plan on dying in this shirt, bro. I plan on dying in this fucking shirt, bro.
Kurt, explain the shirt and explain the boob real quick.
I some people live by it. Some people it's just a meme thing. But like, I plan on dying in my Hawaiian shirt, homie. Like, this is what it is. It's just one of the things that they picked out. I don't remember exactly why, but I mean, it's, you know.
Eric's right. Like, you seem ready. So explain the boob. What is the boob?
It's just a natural state of being. It's a matter of knowing the fact that the only logical way this is going to end is in conflict. And it's being ready for that, whether it be having guns to defend your family, having guns to defend your community, your neighborhood, whatever the case may be, having your friends get involved, and everybody has their job. They have guns, supplies, whatever the case may be. Maybe one of them has medical experience. Maybe one of them has a cabin in the woods like most white people do. You know what I mean? It's a matter of community. It's a matter of being ready for whatever comes next, which is going to be bad. That's
see
what it
that
is. The
real quick.
boogaloo is a state of mind and a state of fucking being. You know.
Flick,
So would you say
Flick,
it sounds
you
like
do
the
that
Boog is
real
more of a
quick.
widespread militia than it is an ideology?
Yeah, because when during 2020 during those riots, the cops were not fucking coming. They were not responding to 911 calls. The only people out there in Kenosha were people like me in their kit and their Hawaiian shirts, stopping them from torching gas stations and shit.
Yeah.
So you gonna be on the front lines, then? That's what you saying, right? You right in
I
the
got
middle.
a neighborhood. I got a local gas station. You know what I mean? And my neighborhood's pretty tight knit. We have our own militia and shit. So I mean, yeah, kinda, pretty much, yeah.
So
Wait a minute, you have a neighborhood militia?
yeah.
Yeah, I live in an unincorporated area. So in Illinois, some of these unincorporated areas, they could be, several hundred houses, So we have our own treasury. We have a sergeant at arms, stuff like that.
Pay
We've got a
attention.
militia.
Pay attention, black people. Pay attention, black people.
Hey, I'm Mexican.
I know. That's
No,
what I'm trying to say.
But we
I
should
know.
be having it
What
too,
that
though. We
mean,
should
yo?
be
What
having
that
it.
mean?
But you do though. You do though. You got the hood. The whole hood is your boogaloo. The whole hood is you've got gangs of people, bro. You can't tell me that if society was to break down, that these gangs would throw away their
They
fucking
would.
problems and
They
team the
would.
fuck up. You know they would. And it's an undervalued asset, in my
Will they?
opinion, is urban America. Yeah, they absolutely fucking would. I firmly believe that they would put their differences aside
I do too.
should they send the military to the ghetto. I firmly fucking believe that Bloods, Crips, GDs, Kings would put their shit aside and take out the fucking government. I firmly fucking believe that, and I firmly hope they would.
It would have to be a purpose for me. Like I just can't see them just doing it just on a random thing. It's gotta be a reason, like somebody died that they all loved and believed in.
No.
But that's the point.
Hey,
No.
I'm gonna tell you like this. All it takes is for one motherfucker to get in the meeting and say, "Hey man, listen, hey man, what do I got to do to get my family out of here?" Well, all it takes is one coon, and guess what? There's many of them.
We just had it. We just had it here. One of the chiefs of the Latin Kings in Chicago got arrested by the FBI for putting a $10,000 head on ICE agents and then a $50,000 head on their commander.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It happens. This is what we
I'm
do.
saying. It can't happen. There's no organization. No organizing. And when you put two motherfuckers that ain't even organized together, it's just a lot of ratting, a lot of snitching, and a lot of cooning, and mixed with some gangbanging. That's all.
Sound effect for a point. Evan didn't like that. That's okay. Sorry.
I mean, I'm like, yeah, I wish it was different. I truly hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But man, nah, man, these niggas out here, man, motherfuckers care for themselves and their family. That's all they care about. And all it takes is one motherfucker in a meeting to say, hey, they over there, him over there, they over there in that building over there. Trust me, just make sure me and my cousin and my mama make it out.
Yeah. And this perfectly transitions into the third topic of tonight is, can we build community? Can we get to a point, like Sly says, of having white, black, Mexican people on the same team versus the same enemy? Like, can that happen? And I think that's something that needs to happen, because
after all the coons die, we ready to go. But we got to kill the coons first.
Are you saying people for the wrong shit?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, but if I would have said something like that, I'm a piece of shit.
There's a T-shirt that say, if Harriet Tubman would have shot you, then I don't want to be with you. Harriet Tubman would have shot you, then we ain't got no.
All right. I'll give that credence. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So we gotta get rid of them motherfuckers before anything happens, because we can't have none of that shit to be real.
And to give you that too, I don't want that cartel dude that's used to chopping people's limbs and arms and shit off next to me either. You know what I mean?
No,
it's the same. It's the same thing.
Mexico, that's her problem. She got to worry about
that. They know me down there already. I'm plugged.
She got to worry about the Gomez brothers. all total siete of them.
Yeah, and then 50 cousins.
Right. My cousin texted me. He said he moving to he said he moving to oh shit, what did he say? My bad. I forgot what he started with a C. Never mind. I'll come back. I want to go to Dominican Republic. That's where I plan to go. If I'm leaving this motherfucker, I'm going to the DR. That's my goal. But I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I guess I might have to learn how to swim too, like the baseball players do.
I'd probably go live at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
I'm stealing somebody's raft. I'm getting there somehow, dog. Hey, getting there somehow.
Yeah.
What was the question? I don't remember.
The
Oh, yeah,
total
he said he go
question.
to
If we gonna
Columbia.
build a community, man.
Yeah, if
My
anybody,
cousin said
and
he
I'm
go
not
to
talking
Columbia
about
to
just
be
an
a king.
overall community, but can communities be built out of these chaotic, like?
I think that yes, and the only way that's going to happen is when we finally reach that pivotal point. When we finally reach the point of us versus the government, or the government versus itself, or the state starts seceding and joining each other versus the government. Until we actually have something that disrupts our daily lives, that's the only time we're going to have that.
So until our bubble is popped.
Basically, yeah. Until the bubble
like
pops.
9/11. When 9/11 is the closest thing I've seen to that.
Worse. We're going to need something worse than 9/11 because we were cool with
Yeah.
each other for like 5 years, and then after that, things got a little sketchy when Obama got elected. But I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's the
So do you
closest
think
I've seen to us motherfuckers like you said being together and
And I think, in my personal opinion, the closest we ever got to racial harmony in this country was when Chappelle's show was on Comedy Central.
I agree.
Hey,
See what
I
you see
wouldn't
what
know. I
happened
mean,
to him.
I was at a black college at that time, so I didn't see no white people there.
But he got everybody laughing on the same plane. Like everybody agreed with Chappelle. It didn't matter. Like when he did his white face, it was fucking hilarious. You know, that's the other thing too, is
Well,
I think
Chuck
we gotta
Taylor.
laugh at this shit. Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's an interesting comedian though, because Dave Chappelle, you know that he kind of boomed late. His career was like not by like usually black people get behind a comedian and then he blows up. But Dave Chappelle kind of had a white following, if you get what I'm saying, with that movie. What's the movie called?
Half Baked.
Oh, Half Baked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say black people didn't watch it, but it wasn't. Y'all
It wasn't
niggas
how
know what
high.
I'm talking about. Yeah, y'all niggas know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah, I do.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle kind of grew on black people, and then once black people got a hold of him, that's when he blew the fuck up, in my opinion. Like you said with the Chappelle show.
Which is fair, yeah.
Man, that was one of the all times too. Man.
Yeah, I have the full season copied in my hard drive. He's right though. When Chappelle came out and he was making fun of everybody, but the way he made fun of everybody thought it was funny. No matter, well, some people, the gay people, didn't think it was funny. They you know, but
Like one of my favorite sketches when he's talking about Mexican people, and like when you get like that race demon on your shoulder when you want to do some like black shit or some Mexican shit, and you're like, I don't want to do that, but that thing on your shoulder is like, it's got leopard, man, it's got a Mexican leopard on it. Fuck yeah, I want that shit. I feel like that all the time. I feel that Mexican demon on my shoulder, like, you better get that shit, cholo. Like, I feel that all the time.
The one where he was in the barbershop and he was playing the music, and
Yeah, that's prime fucking example. Piano with Spanish gibberish over it. I was dancing watching that shit.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. Niggas started freestyling and rapping and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just changed the beat up, but everybody liked the bass and the drums, but different rhythms of it. No, Dave Chappelle the truth.
And I think that's one of those things. This being America, and I think social media being directly to fucking blame for how divisive we are now as a people. Because you scroll through your feed, you'll see 10 videos of, you know, just all kinds of wild shit, and it's a problem. And I don't think there's an easy way to fix it. I don't think there's a general solution for it, except for when the inevitable happens and we've got no choice but to team up with each other.
well, and I think another problem is that we have is Generation Alpha and Generation Zeta. They don't know how to read, like literally don't know how to read. You got kids in you got kids in these schools in 7th, 8th, 9th grade that the teachers are saying can't read past the 1st or 2nd grade level. So if you have a whole generation of people that have a problem with a basic thing like reading English, they're going to be so easy to trick with propaganda because they can't go look at books. They can't go look at encyclopedias. They can't look on Wikipedia and actually look something up. All they can do is listen and watch videos. So I think that's another problem nowadays is with people believing dumb shit. They're handicapped in their ability to learn new information.
I got a question since we're talking about community. I don't know if this person or type of person has a name for it, but we all have seen this type of person, no matter what race. If I'm a Mexican guy, right, and I got a Mexican friend that does not like white people, he's a racist towards white people or racist towards black people, but I still continue to be his friend even though I'm not racist. What do you call that?
I don't call it anything. I call that just being a normal person. I've got racist ass friends. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, they can say racist shit to me. I mean, hey, I get it. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of it too is, and that I've dealt with, is with some of these people that'll say things, you know, whatever. Because like I basically am kind of like a white dude. I could pass as a white guy half the time. I got a white ass name, you know, whatever. I talk like a white guy, you know, whatever the case may be. But you know, and they'll say things about Mexicans and say things about illegals, say things about whatever the fuck. And I ask them, well, what about me? You know, I'm one of these people you fucking hate so much. You know,
Yeah.
oh, not you. You're different. It's not the fact that they hate the individual so
All right.
much as the caricature of the people that they hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can't tell me you don't feel a certain way when you got the guy with his pants down past his ass. You know what I mean? Acting a fool in public. You can't tell me you don't feel a certain way. I feel a certain way when I see illegals getting more benefits than I got when I needed them when I was 17 as a single dad. That baffles the shit out of me.
I'm with
You know?
Yeah, and there's a white version of that too. The white version of that guy is the guy that says there's a difference between black people and the N-word.
Well, that's
So-
Chris Rock's joke. That's
Well,
Chris
no,
Rock's whole
that-
bit.
he
my
might have
question,
said that, but
what
I
I'm
had
saying, why are
friends
you
in middle
continuing
school and
to
high
be
school
with
that were
somebody
on
that you know is
shit.
a racist? Why would you, if you're not a racist, why would you continue to be friends with
Yeah.
somebody that's racist?
For the same reason, he's friends with me. It's not that I hate him because he's a racist. I mean, I like the guy. He's a cool fucking guy. He just thinks a way that I don't agree with. And I think what's more American
Like what?
than being homies with somebody who doesn't think the way you do, who doesn't believe in the shit you do. I mean,
Like
hey, it's his
what?
freedom to think that fucking way.
I don't think we
Like
can have a
what?
community.
Like
then.
what? Giving us the example
I
that
don't think we can have a community then like that.
No,
Well, and so leaning back on the whole Boogaloo thing, I'm a brown right wing extremist. You know how many few of us there fucking are. You know how many white nationalists and Christo fascists I brush elbows with. I mean, it's
That
a
ain't got
little
nothing to do
unnerving
with race,
sometimes.
homie. They ain't got
Well,
nothing to do with race. But when I see you, I don't know none of that. I just see you. And
Right.
again, when I'm talking about race, if I see somebody that's a racist, I shouldn't be messing with that person. If I don't believe it, if I think racism is bad, then I shouldn't be cool with somebody that's a racist. And if I'm cool with somebody that's a racist and we're supposed to be a community, then I don't think there could actually really be a community. Because again, we're just bullshitting, y'all.
Yep.
We're just bullshitting.
Maybe it's because I understand their racism. Maybe I understand that you had something happen to you that made you hate these kinds of
We
people.
understand the racism, but it's still racism. You shouldn't be cool with somebody that's a racist.
Yeah, let me add real quick.
I don't understand y'all logic in this.
No, his logic. My logic is no, that can't be possible because here I am. I got a podcast with one of my best homies from 30 years. I got EK up in the right-hand corner, and we are homies. Ski, that's my homie. So if I got a white friend or any friend that's saying, man, I can't stand those fucking, and this is why, he's gone. Because I have homies already. I got friends. I can't afford to let one stupid motherfucker screw up what I got with everybody else when I don't feel the same way as he does. You know, I've already cut people off in my life that are like that. I've tried to teach them. I've tried to tell them, man, you need to stop doing that bullshit. You're wrong. This is not how things work, but they continue over and over and over and over. Wow.
So maybe it's because I consider myself an agent of balance. When I see these things starting to tip one way, this isn't a fucking echo chamber. You really hate black people? Say it. I dare you, say it. And I've called people out of my posts before, and some of my followers and whatever. And it's.
Can I say?
Go ahead.
No, I want to say
No,
this
go
on my
ahead.
behalf. I want to say this just because, like, because I have some harsh words about different people and stuff, and I just wanted to say this. But I think I agree with what Double OZ saying and what Pat saying, but I'm gonna kind of maybe like what Sai said about himself and why he would consider himself like I think sometimes like that I know people growing up coming from Memphis to Indianapolis, right? It wasn't a lot of white people at my school in Memphis, right? So it wasn't before I came to Indianapolis. So what I'm saying is like it was kids that said little mean stuff to us and did little stuff and said little stuff, right, as a kid and stuff like that. And I knew they had to learn it from home, right, or just from somebody else, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and I was a kid, right? But that attitude, like I used to go home and cry to my daddy about it, right? He would tell me that they parents or whoever they seeing doing it, right? So Sheminsky couldn't hold them accountable so much that he didn't want me to put too much emphasis on because they were children, right? But so what I'm saying to say is like, even as adults, when I meet people in the world from just me being out, community, work, whatever, colleagues, whatever, and I can know they have a temperament about stuff or said little slick shit or represent this and that. And I know that, right? I don't, and I have addressed it, but sometimes it's like, I don't have to really, blast them or just be like, no, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Because I deal with him with a long handle spoon more for what it's worth, you know what I'm saying? Or like he said, that's his friend and they, you know, have the commonality and they like each other and he can't control what he thinks. So, I mean, just because he's like having commonality or hang with him doesn't automatically mean that he has the same views as that guy. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
mean, do
That's his
you
own.
if you got black friends that hate white people, is that not the same thing?
It is.
Would you disown that friend because they hate white people? I mean, it's the same concept. It's the same thing. And then what I do it is I'm like, okay, yeah, you hate this situation. It's not that you hate black people. It's that you hate this happening to this person in this particular case.
Yeah, but
So
now
just fucking say that.
you're making
You know what I
assumptions
mean?
on someone's feelings like that. If you're trying to
No,
teach
he
someone, like I don't agree with that. You're trying to
he
make someone
right
think
though.
that they're not
No,
racist.
but he right though.
Go ahead,
He
EK.
is right though. No, I'm just saying he right. He right though because he right. There's some people that we probably know or in our family that don't like certain people.
Oh, I agree, but I don't know
And
who
we
they
don't
are. Like,
disown
if
them.
they're still connected to me, that means that they haven't shown me anything that would like tell me that they're like that. Like, if they do, though, if that comes out and you know they're on that bullshit, I'll talk to them. I'll happily go talk to them real quick to see what they're about. But if it's the bullshit I think they're into, I'm sorry, bro. I can't fuck with you no more, man.
I
I'm
feel
not on that level. I'm trying to go this way.
Yeah.
You're trying to go that way.
Y'all know black people that hate other people for real?
Yeah, I know some black folks that hate white people. I know some black folks that don't like Mexicans, and they're friends with me.
I mean,
Bigoted.
it's
Bigoted.
it's,
Yes, there are.
yeah.
No, it just don't make sense.
What don't make sense?
It's racism. It doesn't have to make sense. That's the point of it. That's
I
the
don't
point of
hate
it. It's
white people.
racism. It doesn't have to make sense.
I hate
Period.
Mexicans, but I'm friends with a Mexican.
Right. Because they like me, the individual. They don't like Mexicans, you know, like fresh off the boat, over the border, wetback Mexicans, but they're like me because I'm Mexican, but I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that. I get that. It's stupid fucking logic.
I don't
But then,
understand.
it's good that you don't understand it though, because you're not racist. But if you were racist, and it's like,
No, I
it's
understand.
a fallacy in itself, because how can you claim to be racist but you got brown friends? And like most of these people online that you see that use a hard N and use all these things and like white nationalists this and third, they got Mexican wives, they got dark wives, dark girlfriends, they fuck dark women. They're not what you think they are online. And I think a lot of the internet persona and a lot of that shit is taken a lot further than it needs to be, and it's more exaggerated than the problem actually is. I don't think America's as racist as we think we are. We
No.
could be more racist, absolutely, but it's give it and take it.
I kind of disagree with your premise on that, man. Like, I know you can change. Like I said some podcasts ago that I worked with some felons when they were coming out of jail, and a lot of them were either Aryan Brotherhood or they were just local shit like GDs and Vice Lords. The Aryans, they don't think like that, man. They're not thinking like, I can be friends with one black person. It's okay. It's all of them. So if you're friends with an Aryan Brotherhood person, they hate the people that you're good with. So why would you let one person affect the things you actually care about and the people you actually care about? That person,
because it's a logical fallacy. Racism in itself, dedicated racism, specifically white nationalism, is a fallacy in itself.
But that's
period.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
I get that.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about people that clearly identify and clearly have those values. We're not talking about some ghost of racism here. We're talking about people that actually have these beliefs, and you're friends with these people, but you're also friends with the people they hate. Like, it doesn't work.
Right. I mean, if you do it, I just don't believe there could actually be a real community, which is the topic that we would.
No, I mean, you
if we're
can't
talking
build
about
a community.
Then we're just bullshitting.
We couldn't even build this podcast on a lie. It doesn't work. So when you have lies within people telling other people lies, you can't possibly come together, because it's going to come out eventually. Things are going to blow up.
Correct.
So are the cultures so vastly different that we can't get along in general?
No, but well, go ahead, Dandelo, because I think you've got some.
No, I mean, I don't think nothing's wrong with big cultures being different. Again, I just think cultures run so deep that sometimes, like we were talking about generations, these new generations don't really give a fuck about none of that old shit. They see black people, white people, they don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Gay people, homos. Well, I mean, whatever the words you want. I don't know the right wording. I should probably said homo, but my bad.
That
But yeah,
works.
You talking about
like,
black? You must be talking about black people in general because man,
no, I'm talking about
they
this
get
new
along.
generation in general. All races of this new generation. They don't give a fuck about none of this shit that we on. Everybody got they treat everybody with a certain respect. Like we talked about when we did that show about the him, her, she, them. They're passionate about this shit. No, call them by their pronoun. They want to be. They care about all that shit. They're in their feelings like no other. That's why they're slitting wrists and all that. But anyway,
Yeah, I was about to say that's why we're backsliding.
yeah,
Well, that's what
yeah.
that's the Gen Z, sure, but the Alpha generation, like my kids' generation, my son's 15, and his generation they've been through a lot, and a lot of them went through COVID in like grade school, and I've noticed that they question authority a lot more.
Right.
They're not so easy to sway into the normalcies of America and culture.
Yeah.
They question the shit. They don't, they're not easily controllable, and that paradigm shift in culture from between Gen Z to Gen Alpha and these kids, I think is indicative of the route that we're headed. I think that we are definitely en route for a civil conflict. I think the government is definitely, if it's not the Epstein shit that tears it apart, it's going to be Trump's third term. I
And
don't.
that motherfucker
Come
better not
on
have
now,
no
come
third
I don't
on.
term.
think it's
Come
gonna
on.
happen.
Y'all really believe there's gonna be a third Trump term?
Hey, that motherfucker trying to dismantle this motherfucker, bro.
He is.
Man,
Why else would you
wrap
fortify
this shit up.
DC?
Man, wrap this shit up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Him
Well-
fortifying DC was the biggest thing that made me think that he was trying to do it. I mean, what other reason was it? The crime been down in 30 years.
I think he fortified DC because he's in preparations for conflict. I think he's being sneaky about that shit.
Yeah, because the bubble's gonna pop. The market we talked about earlier, the market right now is 8 times bigger than the housing market in 2008, and it's 14 times bigger than the .com bubble in the 2000s.
Yep.
It's not sustainable. The market keeps going up, but it's not sustainable. It's gonna pop, and when it does, we're gonna have deep conflict.
So let's say that's true, and I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying let's say that is the situation that's coming.
Man, you come straight out of comic book, man.
What good does going to places like Portland and Chicago and NYC and Memphis, etc., like cleaning the cities up, if everything's going to go to shit anyways? What's the point?
Because you're not doing that. What you're doing is you're laying down the infrastructure for when you need to send in the military to quell where the problems are going to be from.
Yep, it's building bases.
Which is fortifying, which is preparing for a third term. Because when you have this civil conflict, you can't have another election.
So, Sly Fox, you was born and raised in Chicago?
Nearabouts, yeah.
Nearabouts. So, what kind of neighborhood did you grow up in? Was it more?
So I was born in the northern burbs, but I spent my teen years in and out of the city.
Okay. You were shaking your head, NOO. What were you about to say?
Rest in peace to Jim Kelly. That's all I'm saying. Rest in peace to man.
Really?
You niggas come straight out of comic book, man.
How so?
Ain't nobody getting no third term, man. Y'all bugging.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You say that, but we're on unprecedented grounds. Nobody thought he would get a second term either, but here we are.
I put 300 up right now.
I don't.
And he doing some unprecedented.
I got 300 on the table. I don't want to hear nothing else.
Do you want me to list the reason why I think that? Because it's literally heading towards dictatorship. You're quelling the First Amendment. You're stepping on the Second Amendment by requesting the information of the members from a private firearm organization through the DOJ. So now you've got private firearm owners and their information. What are you fucking doing with this? What are you laying the grounds for? These aren't things you would normally do as a fucking president, but here we are. This is some tyrannical shit. You're stepping on the First Amendment, which is the most sacred, which is why it's fucking first. And this is the same president that said take the guns first and go through due process second. People forget that Donald Trump isn't a Republican. He's a New York Democrat who was chosen by the Republican Party. That's all it is. He's not a fucking Republican.
He only went Republican because the Democrats wouldn't put him on the ticket.
If he get a third term, I'm buying the same shirt as Sly Fox and I'm wearing it for a whole month.
I will do that too.
Motherfucker, I'll send you the shirt.
Yeah, tell me where you got it. I'm copping the same one, same color. I'm gonna buy y'all. I'm gonna buy Eric one in blue. I'm gonna buy Ski one in yellow, and I'm gonna get P one in white.
Purple. Dick.
Purple. Okay, purple.
Got something wrong with you.
No,
So,
something
yeah,
wrong with y'all, man. A third term, man. Wrap this show up, man. I gotta go get some more Douce, man. Y'all bugging.
Okay. I mean, I see it, man.
I mean, Trump is the GOAT. Don't get me wrong. Trump is the greatest of all time. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know about all that. He
Trump is
still
the
won't
GOAT.
release anything about Epstein. How are you the
Don't
greatest
get
of all time, but you won't release Epstein shit because he was your
Because he
friend?
on there.
Because you were there? Come
Because
on.
the
Don't ever
Get
files
out of
are
here.
gone.
Hey, prove it.
The files are
Prove
gone.
it. The
The girls
fucking
already
birthday
said it. The
card.
ones that already said it,
The
is dead.
birthday
They dead
card.
now. Shit.
The birthday card that he gave to Epstein that just came out a few weeks ago was literally the silhouette of a teenage fucking girl talking about how much of what was the word? I can't remember the word he used for it. How much of a mystery life is, and how me and you know the secret to life, right? Sorry, but no, Trump's
But
full of that shit too. He went to the Western Wall and kissed it too. Trump is a Jewish puppet of the state of Israel. Fuck that guy. Trump's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
And he's a pedophile because he did an interview with his wife Tiffany when their daughter was 1 year old, and the interviewer asked Trump who does Tiffany look like, who did the baby look like, him or Tiffany. He said, well, she has her mom's legs right now, but I don't know if she's gonna have these like her mom. Bitch, she ain't even number 9 months out. What the fuck you mean you don't know if she's gonna have these? He said, I don't know if she's gonna have these like her mom. Nigga, that's your daughter, bitch. Fuck
I've
you
never
mean?
voted for Trump, by the way.
Yeah, you did. I saw you.
When?
Oh,
Lying.
All I heard was he's a winner. All I heard was you're a winner.
Oh, you got the devil's advocate down there. All right. Did everybody enjoy the show tonight?
We did. I had a great time.
Oh yeah.
It's always a
good,
blast.
good. So we're gonna have an even better show next week. I don't know what's gonna be about yet, but we're gonna work on it hardcore. I would like to thank
let you know.
Roll, probably.
Go ahead and send us out, Eric.
Let you know podcast 61@gmail.com. Hit us up.
It's out.
Letcha know.